Patch management is really the province of managing an operating system, managing a server. And there are whole topics and modules in like Windows Server classes on it. But because a web server is such a multi-function beast that depends on so many things, we need to talk about it at least a little bit here. So patches and hotfixes. A patch is something that a vendor puts out on a regular basis, on a scheduled basis, that will fix non-critical security things and fix functionality. A hotfix is an emergency patch that's put out to fix a specific critical thing, typically a security alert. So hotfixes are updates that fix specific customer problems. Sometimes you package them all up together and you combine all the patches and hotfixes into a service pack. So like Microsoft typically puts out service packs every 18 months. And then every Tuesday, Patch Tuesday, they put out individual patches, which are rolled up into service packs. Microsoft is moving to a more frequent model, but that's for a whole other class. And then when there is an emergency that's discovered, they'll put out a hotfix just for that one emergency. So patches are just small bits of software that repair a problem with programming. And then users are notified about available patches by email or vendor websites, or they read about it in articles. What service packs and patches and hotfixes really are is they are usually a replacement for a small component. So like you'll send out a service pack that replaces a whole bunch of DLLs, which are just like these semi-complete executable chunks. Or a patch will replace like one DLL or one little thing. So they typically don't edit, they typically replace the component. And it doesn't have to be, but that's typically what happens. So anyway, you need to keep up to date on patches and hotfixes, because if you don't, then you're allowing vulnerabilities to go unattended. Patch management is the whole sort of art of managing your patching levels. And it's a process to make sure the right patches are installed to help fix vulnerabilities ahead of time. And there's a whole process to it. And I just want to talk about this life cycle here. First of all, what's your current patch level? Then download recommended patches and test them. Approve the ones that work for you, because you really need to test, because if you just throw them on production machines, they might break something. You approve the ones, and you do this because you have like an offline server or virtual machine that replicates, that mirrors the online thing, but maybe not with a full database, just to make sure nothing breaks. You approve the patches that you want, and you deploy them, and it is a never-ending cycle. Make sure that you identify where you're getting the updates and patches from. You should get them straight from the vendor. So you need a patch management plan that is suitable for an operational environment that covers your business objectives. So you go to the vendor site, you locate the right updates and patches. Now most vendors, are the ones that are serious, are very kind to provide these patches and updates, and you can download them and you can just check them out yourself. So you register with them, you receive alerts, you download, and you can either choose to have them immediately be applied, but most people prefer to test them out before actually applying them. Patches can be installed typically via the internet. I mean, it's possible to download a patch and then send it over on a drive. I mean, you can do that too. So two ways to install a patch. The most common way is to automatically install it with the auto update feature. Or you automatically download to a test server and you test it and then you approve. Or you manually choose to download certain patches, and then you can actually take those and put them on removable media and pass them around in case you have locations that can't reach the internet or download that much. For implementing or verifying your patch or upgrade, you verify where you got this first. Make sure you get it from Red Hat, Microsoft, whoever. Don't just get them from whatever. Especially, you're reading some kind of article, some kind of security article, and they provide a link to it. Make sure that you validate that link. So validate the files that you download. Most vendors will do a checksum, like an MD5 or a SHA-1 checksum, that you can run against the thing you downloaded to make sure it looks identical. Make sure that you have a patch management tool, such as WSUS or System Center, that regularly monitors systems to check their patch levels. And then make sure that the patch management team is constantly checking for updates and patches. There are loads of patch management tools. Here's just a few. WSUS is the free one with Microsoft Server. There's System Center Configuration Manager, which is a paid Microsoft product, but very, very powerful. There's just a little tester, a compliance tester called the Microsoft Baseline Security Analyzer, the MBSA. It has gone by other names as well. There are third-party products, GFI LandGuard, Altiris, ZenWorks, Kaseya, Prism Security Manager, MAS 360, Secunia, VMware, vCenter, Lumention. These are just a few. So these are just different tools you can use for patch management. They all have their own little features. So that's a good overview of what you need to know about patch management.